best quality sold to townsmen.
Hoy there. You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can... My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if... You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard... feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Found strength courses through you. It's good to see.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
Fancy a gander? I find goods for sale.
I'll take on whatever.
What can I do you for?
Fancy a gander? I find goods for sale. A trying time for merchants of any ilk. Always a pleasure.
I do so enjoy stocking up on supplies.
Hail! You a soldier? To be a surprise. We've had to start sending out new recruits to Colden.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare...
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ricardo. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? The lad can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ricardo's as well, I'm sure.
Perhaps we ought to hurry, lest we arrive too late. To be a vain. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Get down here, fellow beast! Who are you?
The arisen has been put to... Sleep! Arisen! Are you alright?
Never be so careless.
Is that all of them? You have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
I suppose we'll be wanting to report back now. useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a relief to see him return. And none—
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
It's a goodly deed we've done. Now Sir Ricardo can return to his duty in good health.
'Twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Stay with me, Wizard. Wait a moment.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
So this is Melv. The scars left by the dragon's assault are plain to see. Mayhap a walk through the streets would help jog your memory. When the Arisen appears, so too does the dragon.
Pitiable Arisen.
I've a selection of wares that's sure to please. Let me know what you need. Might have just the thing. Pleasure doing business with you.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Looking for work?
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. The ruler of Vermont, currently convalescing in the capital, became arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him.
Who might have the answers we need? Should we ask around?
Well, you ought to not strain yourself, not in your current state. Those burns could easily have killed you outright.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
To the chest. I shall take a look inside.
Shall I assist? I suppose I'll handle this.
Have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful? Oh, no. I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I'd thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks for your kindness.
We could make the fruit robberant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Runa's apothecary here in Mel.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Always a pleasure. Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Always a pleasure.
What's...
We see this delivered.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Always a pleasure.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit roberant for me? So this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering.
You seem to be in fine fettle this morning, Master. Whatever else might be said of me, you are in good health, I trust, Arisen? All paths fork in the end. There's no sense in lamenting it. I see not even the Arisen could resist my charms. Please dispense with the formalities. They...
Twill be a joy to serve one so gallant. Let us work together to honor.
Uh-huh. There's something written here.
Let's have a look then.
To have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. Yet they thought what to befall him. I couldn't live with myself.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Naturally, it is a vocation for those who seek to master the bow, an exceptionally useful long-ranged weapon. At close range, however, a bow is nary more useful than a walking stick. Aye, the secret to being a successful archer is maintaining distance between you and your foes. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the mystical arts. Magic. Mages can cast a wide array of offensive spells and aid their allies with magical support. However, the more powerful the spell, the longer one must spend incanting it. Thus, a mage is unlikely to last long on the field of battle without allies to protect them. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the dagger. Such blades lack heft, though this grants them the advantage of speed. Thieves favor light armor, which leaves them more vulnerable to attacks than those of other vocations. Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate for the length of their blade through sheer agility. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Moment long awaited. I knew 'twas only a matter of time before your skills reached a new height. There's no
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
Simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could.
Whom shall we speak with first?
That's enough.
You really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps it's time I went looking for it. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet the quarter before him, I couldn't live with myself. A chance to put my feet up is as welcome as
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
I suppose I'd best get to work.
Pray, slow your...
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding. A task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
'Tis as you say.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Do much good here. Best try a different tack.
One of us is entrenched. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
I'll have this fixed up in time for supper.
Time to be heading home.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the saurian's nest, and your task is done.
A single jar of poison ought to send those saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
That's that then. A resounding success.
A laudable result. Just what I would expect of the Arisen.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
Come to think of it, the private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor.
Each to their own. Not bad. Glad to be of service. Well said. Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait a moment. I grant you fire's blade. Use it well.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom receives many contenders. Not like Estonia.
These obstacles shan't get the better of us. There must be a way to remove them.
If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. Might I be of assistance?
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I would make my... If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate. An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
And here I was, hoping for some great treasure. Now I feel a fool.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Decent spot to make camp. Assuming there are no monsters about.
A chance to recover our strength would be most welcome.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Goblins, Master!
Caution would be wise, but we ought not let it halt us in our course.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment. I grant you roaring flame. Done no better.
It's a bit early to be thanking me. The enemy yet remains.
Well said.
Huzzah! What a team we make, Arisen!
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
do say so myself.
Let us try for the same